Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Aileen and here we like to talk about all things makeup, mostly luxury makeup, skincare, and fashion. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you consider subscribing and joining the family. So today, as promised, we're gonna play with the Juvia's Place, the Rebel Honey. So if you would like to see the look I created, then keep on watching. But like we always say, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Let's get to it. So again, this is the Juvia's Place, the Rebels. This is the Honey palette. And like I promised Talia, Mr. Longneck came to make his appearance. So here he is. And she chose him because he matches the palette. So there we go. So like the last palette, I'm going to go ahead and give these a swatch. So if you missed my Rebel Mints, I will link that above in the cards and also have it in the description box below. Wow, look at that shimmer, the way it's swatched. These, I will say, are swatching beautifully. They're applying beautifully. They're just creamy. And I will say the Mints palette, I needed to build up the lightest mint shade, but this is very warm. I don't think I'm gonna have that issue with these. So I do have my complexion. I actually have two different foundations because I'm currently doing a wear test. Only 3 bronzers, my brows are done. I have my lips done. I'll have everything down in the description box below. And I have primed my lids with the Mario Prep and Set in the shade medium. And I really want to pick up the light, but we'll see. So just like the other video, I'll have the palette somewhere on the screen, just showing which shades I'm using. And just in case you haven't seen the other video, the palette does not come with a mirror, but for my convenience, I do place the mirror there. So I'm gonna start with the lightest matte. I will say the first difference I noticed between this palette and the Mints palette is the Mints palette had 2 shimmers, where this one has 3 mattes and 1 shimmer. But that shouldn't be a problem. So I'm just placing that just above the crease very lightly. And then once I've placed that color, I'm just buffing in small circles and windshield wiper motions over that edge to make it soft. So there's the first shade, very light-handed, and I may go into that shade again. So next I'm gonna go into and that's the yellow mustard shade. Next, I'm gonna go into the second deepest matte shade and place that right onto the crease and slightly above. And then I may go back into the yellow shade with a softer brush, maybe one of the BK Beauty eye brushes. That'll be a great one to just soften the lines. So those are the 2 shades thus far. I am gonna build that up just a little more. Tapping most of the color on the outer third of the eye and then bringing it into the crease. So there's those 2 shades. Next, with that first shade, I am gonna dip back into that first shade, and this is the BK Beauty 201 brush. And I'm just going to, I lightly dapped my brush in the shade, and I'm just going over where those 2 shades meet. Next, with a Luxie 207, which is like an angled brush, I'm gonna go into the deepest matte shade, and I'm just going to place that out here. And if the shimmer ends up covering that shade some, we will go back over it. So I'm placing that on the outer third and bringing it into the crease. Next, without adding any additional product to my BK Beauty 201, I'm just going to windshield wiper motions over those shades just to soften any harsh lines. And there are the first 3 matte shades. Next, with the shimmer shade, I am going to apply that with my finger and just place that all over the lid. I do not have any fallout. It is performing well. I will say the palette doesn't have a brow bone highlight or a shade that I would like to use as an inner corner highlight. Maybe if I didn't use the shimmer shade all over the lid and I did an all matte look, I would use this shimmer shade that's all over the lid for the inner corner. The deep shade that we placed, the shimmer does block that just a tad, so I'm gonna go back into the deep shade and place that out here. And then bring it into the crease some. And I am bringing that slightly above the crease. Blending that shimmer shade into this shade. This is one of my crown brushes. So it's like a blending brush, but it has more density than the BK Beauty. So there you are. And for the lower lash line, I'm going to just that same angled brush that I used for the dark shade and the second to dark, I'm going to just pinch that and go into the deepest shade, into the outer third, and then using my crown like pencil brush, I will go into the lightest matte and just brush this across. So here you are. There's the final eye look. Let me finish the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I did tight line and add a brown liner to the waterline, as well as some mascara, and I used the eyeliner, the Stila eyeliner, and this one's in the shade Spice, and the Marc Jacobs at Lashed mascara. But this is the final look. And this is just using those 4 shades. But I am gonna go into my Becca highlighter, and this is in the shade Opal. And I'm going to apply this in the inner corner. Because like I said, I really feel It's, if you use all 4 shades, it's lacking an inner corner shade. If you did like an all matte look, then popping that shimmer that comes in the palette as an inner corner would be beautiful. And I'm also going to get that on my BK Beauty 201 and lightly dust that on the high parts of the brow bone, right under the brow. And just, I feel that will give it just a finishing touch. So there you go with that inner highlight shade added. I like this one. Fall. Where are we? She's around the corner, you guys. That's where she's at. But thank you all so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Chai, for inspiring me. And I am really loving the shades. I'm loving the look. Where are we going? But until next time, you guys, don't forget, I love you and we're all perfectly imperfect. Bye.